Currently the 14th of December 2015. Meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you today. We are, of course, tracking Typhoon Melor. Just 48 hours ago, this was a much weaker storm system, but on Sunday, it rapidly intensified just east of the Philippines. It also picked up speed, and I mentioned that because that's going to play a very important role in how this storm system was handled. Hopefully, everybody heeded evacuation advisories, but some of these more rural communities, that's where I'm kind of worried about with this storm system because of that rapid intensification. We're definitely slow to getting some of those places. So right now, this is just passing north of northern Samar, really clipping the coastline. Technically, has already made landfall. It's already bringing these blustery conditions across much of Samar over towards eastern Visayas. And combined with that continued threat of storm surge, especially in the low-lying areas right of that storm center of circulation, that's basically just north of where it is coming on shore. You could kind of extrapolate, this is from this morning, where the storm is now just off here along the northwestern coastline of Samar. So Legazpi, even some of these smaller towns a little bit down there towards the southeast, you're definitely seeing that chance of maybe about 3 to possibly 4 meter high storm surge. I think 3 meters is going to be the max. The worst of it in some of these bays and inlets, but even farther there towards the west, the storm's going to maintain some sort of intensity. It tracks off here and eventually slows down, so you're going to be looking at these damaging winds possibly on some of the smaller islands. But I think one of the big issues farther towards the west is going to be less of the winds, which at this time gusting around 250 kilometers per hour, but it's going to be the rainfall because you have our northeast monsoon off here towards the north and northeast. The pressure gradient associated with that, it's going to slow down our storm system and kind of stall it out before it eventually completely weakens out due to increasing vertical wind shear. So once that happens, it's just going to sit here and continue to drop an excessively high amount of rainfall, even over towards the Manila area, I think. Really see this build in clearly with the high resolution hurricane model I actually put out here, and just watch these winds blow down towards the south from the latest cold surge that's going to be developing. And once our storm system starts to interact with that, basically all the winds are moved towards the north of the center of circulation, so that means a lot of vertical wind shear is going to be interacting with this, and also this is just going to continue to slow down. Another look with that same numerical guidance, just a different platform here, and you're just looking at our storm moving across, but watch the date here on the top of your screen. We go through the 14th into the 15th, and eventually by the 16th, that is heading over towards Wednesday. This is still lingering in this area, continuing to drop all of that rainfall. It does weaken out. I mean, you can even see in the bottom right, look at the radar signature. Still very intense as we go ahead through the rest of our Monday into Tuesday, but that shear starts to interact, and most of it's going to get blown off towards the northeast. I don't think this storm, for the bulk of the precipitation, is going to go farther towards the west, kind of the way JMA and JWC's track is pointing right now. The low-level center, but that's going to be completely exposed by the time we look out towards Thursday. The bulk of the precipitation likely lingering back here farther towards the east. But right now, this pressure in the storm system still 935 HPA, winds 95, gusting 135 knots, so about 250 kilometers per hour. This is definitely still a very serious storm system, guys. And I always get drawn into this by I see that people get drawn into this, I should say. Once we have a storm system make landfall, they think it's over with. But this is definitely not the case here in the archipelago of the Philippines. Look at all the water out ahead of this. This has plenty of moisture to continue to feed itself. Yes, it has made its initial landfall, but we still have multiple landfalls to go. Storm surge still a threat. Winds definitely still a potential here, and that chance of these flooding rains. I think from much of Samar over towards Mindoro, if most of southern Luzon, not as far south as Cebu. You're missing out on this storm system, but all these areas are going to be seeing some sort of impact from this storm. Please do check in with your local agencies there, with Pagasa and all your local officials as far as any warnings put out in your area. But if you are put under any advisories, I stress this so much, you always got to take it very seriously as far as the warnings out here. Alright guys, that is all for right now. I do apologize, I haven't put out a video update at all, really, since last week. Just been extremely busy. You can watch me on NHK World through Friday. I am there every morning, about 20 minutes after the hour. Also check out our Facebook page, not just me, but many other weathercasters and really great at what they do here, are always posting updates. This is the latest warnings there for the Signal Force warnings. Now Manila in Signal Force 1. But this changes every 3 to 6 hours, so something to keep in mind. You do want to continue to check back in. For now, stay safe out there, guys. Thanks again for watching this update, and definitely remember, if you're not right near the coast and the immediate impacts from this storm system, I think there's going to be a lot of rainfall to be had far towards the west, so keep in mind as we go ahead through Tuesday and Wednesday. Stay safe out there, guys.